Imagine attending your high school reunion, only to find yourself in the clutches of an unforgettable nightmare. A chilling thought, isn't it? But for our protagonist, this thought becomes a bone-chilling reality on a night that was supposed to be filled with nostalgia and camaraderie. The evening starts off as any reunion would. A buzz of excitement fills the air, old friends reconnect, and memories of high school days are revisited. Yet beneath the laughter and cheerful banter, a sense of unease begins to creep in. Our protagonist can't shake off the feeling that something is amiss. As the night progresses, this sense of unease transforms into terror. An old classmate, someone they barely remember from their high school days, reveals a dark secret. A secret that sets the tone for a night of horror. A secret that turns this cheerful reunion into a living nightmare. With a twisted smile, the classmate reveals a deadly motive, turning the protagonist's world upside down. Suddenly, the high school reunion isn't about reminiscing old times anymore. It's about survival. It's about escaping from the clutches of a deranged former classmate. The protagonist finds themselves in a life-threatening situation, their heart pounding in their chest as they try to outwit the antagonist. The suspense is palpable as our protagonist plots their escape, each passing second dragging them deeper into the terror-filled evening. The once familiar faces of their classmates are now shrouded in fear, the joyous atmosphere replaced by an eerie silence. Finally, in a shocking twist, the identity of the antagonist is revealed. It's someone no one suspected, someone who was hiding in plain sight. The revelation sends chills down the spine of our protagonist. As our protagonist escapes, they realize that high school reunions can become a horrifying trip down memory lane. A simple gathering of old friends transformed into a night of terror, a night our protagonist will never forget. A high school reunion can bring back old friends, but what happens when it brings back a vengeful spirit? Imagine an old school building, an edifice that once echoed with laughter and youthful banter, now standing abandoned and desolate. This is the setting for our tale of terror. A group of friends, now matured into the realities of life, decide to relive their high school memories by holding a reunion within these forsaken walls. Little did they know that they would be stirring up more than just old memories. As the night unfolds, they start to experience a series of eerie occurrences. The flicker of lights, a sudden chill in the air, and the faint sound of a school bell ringing in the distance. It's as if the school was coming back to life, but not in a way they had ever imagined. As the supernatural events escalate, the friends come face to face with an unexpected guest, a ghostly figure emanating a chilling aura of anger and sorrow, the vengeful spirit of a former student, trapped within the confines of the school, yearning for release. The friends, now gripped by fear, realize that this is no ordinary reunion. This is a chilling encounter with a past that refuses to be forgotten. The spirit, it seems, holds a grudge, a burning desire for revenge that has been festering for years. The suspense thickens as they scramble to find a way to appease the spirit. They delve into their shared past, unearthing old secrets and buried regrets, hoping to find a key to their salvation. As they navigate through the haunted corridors, they are faced with an unnerving question. How do you escape a school that doesn't want to let you go? The chilling encounter serves as a grim reminder that some guests are better left uninvited. Remember, when you tamper with the past, you might just awaken a vengeful spirit, ready to turn your nostalgic reunion into a night of terror. A toast to the good old days shouldn't end in a deadly game, should it? But in this tale of terror, that's exactly what happened. Our protagonist, let's call him Jake, found himself in a high school reunion that took a disturbing turn. A simple toast to the memories of yesteryears became a deadly game of survival. The clinking of glasses echoed through the room as everyone held up their champagne flutes, reminiscing about their youthful days. As the bubbles fizzed and the laughter filled the room, nobody could have predicted the horror that was about to unfold. As Jake took a sip, he noticed a slight bitterness, a strange aftertaste. Dismissing it as just a poor champagne choice, he joined in the laughter and the stories. But as the minutes ticked by, the room began to spin. His heart pounded in his chest like a drum, his vision blurred, and a cold sweat trickled down his spine. It wasn't long before others started showing similar symptoms. Panic spread through the crowd as they realized the chilling truth. They had been poisoned. The toast to the good old days had turned into a nightmare. A voice boomed over the loudspeaker, revealing that the antidote was hidden somewhere in the venue. And so, the deadly game began. With every passing second, the poison coursed through their veins, sapping their strength. Their laughter was replaced with desperation. The cheerful chattering turned into terrified whispers. The reunion had become a terrifying race against time. Would they find the antidote in time, or would they fall victim to this twisted game? The suspense escalated as they scrambled to find the antidote, their bodies weakening, their spirits dwindling. With every tick of the clock, the stakes grew higher. The bonds of friendship were put to the ultimate test. The joy of reunion was replaced with the dread of parting, perhaps forever. A toast to survival indeed. Our protagonist will never look at a glass of champagne the same way again. So, what can we take away from these chilling stories? First, we dived into a tale of terror at a reunion that was supposed to be a joyful catch-up with old friends. Instead, it became a bone-chilling nightmare. It was riddled with suspense, as an unexplainable sense of dread filled the air. The terror was palpable, the fear was real, and the shocking twists kept us on our toes. This story showed us how a seemingly joyous occasion could swiftly turn into a spine-chilling event, making us question the safety of even the most familiar environments. Then, we explored the narrative of an uninvited guest. This story had us on the edge of our seats, as the unexpected visitor brought with him an air of unease and mystery. It was a tale that played with our fears of the unknown, and the sudden, startling appearance of the stranger had us gasping in shock. The protagonist's fight for survival in this tale was a stark reminder of the potential dangers lurking in the shadows of our everyday lives. Finally, we delved into a deadly toast. This story was filled with suspense and panic, as a seemingly harmless toast turned into a battle for survival. The shock factor was high, and the sudden twist of events had our hearts pounding. The protagonist's struggle and their desperate attempts to survive in this story highlighted the unpredictability of life and the sudden, unexpected horrors it can throw our way. Each of these stories had their unique elements of fear, suspense, and shock. They played with our emotions, making us feel a range of feelings from apprehension to outright terror. They reminded us of the unpredictability of life, the potential dangers lurking around every corner, and the courage it takes to face these fears head-on. These stories remind us that sometimes the most terrifying horrors are those that we least expect. As we close this book of horrors, remember, not every reunion is a happy one. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? We often view reunions as joyful occasions, filled with laughter, reminiscing, and rekindling old friendships. But as we've seen, they can also be a breeding ground for fear and terror. The shadows of our past can often lurk in the corners of these gatherings, waiting to spring forth in the most unexpected and alarming ways. High school reunions in particular seem to have a knack for unearthing long-buried secrets and resurrecting old grudges, and as the stories we've shared today illustrate, sometimes these encounters can veer into the realm of the horrifying. But fear not, dear listeners. These tales, while undeniably spine-chilling, are but a small fraction of the countless reunions that occur around the world. Most are indeed occasions of joy and camaraderie, devoid of any supernatural occurrences or life-threatening situations. Yet, it's the thought of that one reunion, that one unexpected turn of events, that keeps us on our toes, that keeps our hearts pounding in our chests. Perhaps you have a tale of your own, a reunion gone awry, a gathering that took a sinister turn. We encourage you, brave souls, to share your experiences. Let us delve deeper into the shadowy abyss of the unknown together. Who knows? Your story might serve as a beacon of caution for others, a warning to tread carefully when revisiting the past. So, as we bid you adieu, let's take a moment to reflect. Reflect on the stories we've shared, on the lingering chill they've left in our hearts, and on the stark reminder they serve that our past is never truly buried. And as we part ways, always remember, high school reunions aren't always about nostalgia. Sometimes they're about surviving the night,